Hello, members of the vinyl community, my friends across the vinyl land. It's Tony P coming at you from the basement of the Perlaverse, the Perla community, the Perla Hausen, La Casa del Perla. Down here to go over some vinyl finds. Always hunting, always hunting. I'm poor. I'm a retired teacher, I gotta count our pennies. And some gifts for my birthday. Now, my birthday was at the beginning of the month, but I held back and decided if I was gonna do it or not. And some things led to another, and I just didn't do it. So I figured this is a good time. It's storming currently outside. Even the dog came in. He usually sits on the porch when it storms, but he even came in, so I knew it was going to get nasty out there. So, what are we going to look at? Let's look at the vinyl finds, the thrift store finds, the 99-cent finds. And I have 2 or 3 Goodwills around here, the Salvation Army, and put my mask on and off I go. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the first one. This is Leslie Gore. It's a debut album from 1963, somewhere in there, I believe, 63, 64. And it had her 2 hits on it. It's My Party, Judy's Turn to Cry. It's not a bad album. It's her first album, her debut album. She was only 17. She does a couple, rock standards. She Misty. What else does she have in here? Cry Me a River, Just Let Me Cry. I think, did you note the theme in this? There's It's My Party, Cry Me a River, Cry, Just Let Me Cry, Cry and You Cry Alone, Judy's Turn to Cry, No More Tears, and Misty, The Party's Over, and What Kind of Fool Am I? I suspect there's a theme to this album. I gave it a spin, brought back some memories of being a teenager. So Leslie Gore, 99 cents, not bad. Now this next guy, Clyde McCoy, I took a chance because I really didn't ever hear of him. But it said Sugar Blues on it. And from what I understand, that Sugar Blues became a theme song of his, some venue. The Sugar Blues, he plays the trumpet, and he usually uses the mute. Is that what they call that in the trumpet? Mute, wah, 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 that kind of stuff. And he does that a lot. From what I've found out, that he played with the likes of guys like Bob Willis, Fats Waller, Ella Fitzgerald. And you notice his last name is McCoy. He is that family of the Hatfield-McCoy feud. Back in the days, bottom of West Virginia, Kentucky, I believe. Back in the day, he was part of that family. This is an outstanding album. Plays really, really well. He also has a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So Clyde McCoy, that 99 cents, beautifully played album. There's no sleeve in it, so I had to be careful. It's called Sugar Blues. It's on Capitol, the Star Line. I have not heard of that particular label, but I'm sure it's okay. Clyde McCoy, if you know anything, please give me a comment down below, and I'm sure you will. These are 2 really good finds. One is Peter, Paul, and Mary. And if you were a child of the 60s, and there was that American folk revival, they were like leading it. They came out of New York City in 1961. I believe their names Peter Yarrow, Mary Travers, and Paul Stuckey. Is that how you pronounce his name, Stuckey? This album was released in 1962. It was #1 in the United States, and it was 2 times platinum. So they were the classics on it. Peter, Paul, and Mary. There you go. Off the Warner Brothers label. Peter, Paul, and Mary. Kind of neat. That was their first album. That was their debut album. Right behind it at the thrift store was Peter, Paul, and Mary Moving, their second album. Now this came out in 1963, climbed all the way to #2 in the charts in the United States, and it had the song, all you hippies out there know which one I'm talking about, Puff the Magic Dragon. Now, somebody didn't like that Puff the Magic Dragon. I think maybe that was him. A lot of you guys thought that the meaning of Puff the Magic Dragon, Paul Stuckey said, or Peter Yarrow said, that the meaning of Puff the Magic Dragon was the loss of innocence. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Stop it. Just stop it. There'll be none of that here. I'm a teacher, for God's sakes. So, not only did we find those, now remember, I found these all at one time. Right behind that, James Taylor. Now, James Taylor, let me give you a little bit of the inside of the gate there. Can you see it? Huh? Nice gatefold inside there. James Taylor. And the back. This was his 8th studio album. Look, I love this cover. Got the little lyrics on the back. That's original. And I take it that he's supposed to be inside of a box. Okay. This is his 8th studio album. It's the first one for Columbia. You might have heard the songs Handyman, Your Smiling Face, where it was probably his best-selling album. Let me take it out if I can find out. There it is at the top, you big dummy. It's like Columbia, James Taylor, beautiful album. Not a mark on it, plays extremely well. This was released in 77. 78, he won a Grammy for Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. It was nominated for Album of the Year, but lost to, go ahead, but lost to JT, Album of the Year, lost to whom? That's right, that's exactly right. They lost to Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. That's very good. Whoever said it out there, I heard you. Just came in. So, a lot of thunder out there. It's starting to scare me. I hope the lights don't go out. We'll keep a song going even if it doesn't. Now the next greatest find, because I'm a real fan of this group, this is Savoy Brown, Getting to the Point. Great album. Great album. It's their second studio album. Let me see if I can pull that out for you. Second studio album. I don't know if that's the correct sleeve. Parrot. It's on Parrot. Great album. As I was doing some research on this particular one, it was noted that the song on here, if I can get this album back in here, song on here, You Need Love, was the blueprint for Led Zeppelin's Whole Lot of Love. I thought that was interesting. Savoy Brown. Okay. Now, if any of you guys, let me take a sip of coffee, please, because I'm parched. That's good. This next album I found too. It's right behind this one. Somebody must have been giving out their collection. I'm going to keep on going, even though it's scaring me. This next album, double album, is Jimi Hendrix, from the documentary film Jimi Hendrix. See, double gatefold. Can you see it? Okay. Now, the Jimi Hendrix Estate did a documentary film in 1973. This is the soundtrack. It's full of live performances and some interviews. Now, the interviews aren't necessarily from the video. It's interviews with people who play with Hendrix, knew Hendrix, and so on. The film was released in 1999. I think they even did a DVD in 2005. The performances were from the Fillmore East, Woodstock, of course, the Star Spangled Banner on there, the Berkeley Community Theater, the Isle of Wight, But you know, it's really interesting. It only got 3.5 stars. Now, a lot of people felt that his performance that they picked at the beginning was but it showed his musical life, and they believed that toward the end, you know, he wasn't playing the way he should have been playing. But you know, that's how that went. So, if you know anything about that, and you want to contribute any songs, if you want to contribute any information about it, I'd be more than happy to read it. Little bubblegum music, but not on this one. This is Tommy Rowe, and the album's name is We Can Make Music. He tries to go a little bit above the pop stuff that the bubblegum music that he was known for, and he tries to get, dare I say, serious. And it's not bad. He does a real nice job on it. It was number 50 on the U.S. charts. There's people from the L.A. Wrecking Crew played backup for him. He had some good songs on there. He does the Burt Bacharach song, "Close to You." The song that I liked on there was "Stir It Up and Serve It." Yes, and Firefly, that was just kind of rock. If you play Firefly, it sounds more like the Monkees than it does the Beatles. Okay, so he was trying, and I don't know if he was successful or not on that. But Tommy Rowe, it's a good-looking picture of him. Again, album plays very, very well. These are ABC records. If I turn it the right way, ABC records. Okay. So, little Tommy Rowe. Now, that's my thrift store finds. Okay, good stuff, not bad. Now, I have to admit that there was some stuff that I could have purchased there that didn't meet my standard. You know, the quality was not there, and they were good. There was the best hits of Chuck Berry. It was a gatefold, and I was sweating trying to pick it up. Then when I opened it up, it looked like somebody took a sharp instrument of anything and then just went all over the album. And it was a shame. It had all the hits. All the hits were on it. But hey, that's probably the pitfalls of thrift shopping, if that's called pitfall. So, I said there were some birthday finds too. About my birthday, my daughter-in-law was shopping with her family in a couple counties over, and she texted me that she found a record store in this sort of flea market area. And she said, would I like to pick her up something? Pick her up something? Well, I said, well, if you find anything, you know, Linda Ronstadt kind of stuff, Beatles, if you can find anything. I said, but don't spend a lot of money. I'm not into spending. So she said, okay, I'll pick you up something. So I waited. And she came home with one of my favorites, Linda Ronstadt. I think this one's called Simple Dreams. Yep, Simple Dreams, 1977. This is probably her best-selling album of her career. Probably many of the most well-known songs. It's a gatefold. I love this cover. Although there's another one that's nice too. I'll show you here in a second. So I got that. She also got me Mad Love. Great album, Mad Love. This was nominated for a Grammy. I think Party Girls on here was, I want to say it was written by Elvis Costello. There's a Neil Young tune on here. Look Out for My Love. She had a bunch of top 10 hits off of this. I think she won from Billboard the #1 female artist of the year, 1980. Mad Love, Linda Ronstadt. Oh, good stuff. I don't know if that's the original album. I think it is. And Asylum Records. Nice stuff. I'm not done yet. Not done. Okay. This is 15 minutes. I got to hurry up. Linda Ronstadt. I got two there. Linda Ronstadt again. Now, this is when she went a little bit different. She went a little bit jazz, big band. It's called The Lush Life, Linda Ronstadt. Great album. Now this one won a Grammy for Best Packaging, because if you look, it does this. It goes this way. Oh, no, it doesn't. It goes this way. I broke it, by the way, so don't get mad. I got to fix it. This comes out, and that's the inside of it. Look at that picture. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Salt. Ooh. Just gives you a little bit of a chill, doesn't it? Yep. This is a really great album. It goes back in. It's supposed to slide back in. Of course, I screwed it up. Okay. Great album. This is the back of it. The Lush Life. Great album. But this is when she was doing a little bit different. It's part of a trilogy. I have one on cassette that has her and Nelson Riddle's orchestra. I think Nelson Riddle got a Grammy posthumously after he had passed on for Best Arrangement, I think. If I'm not, check, make sure. And this is, one of my buddies. I like this guy, John Denver. 12th studio album. I think I showed this before, of least known for famous artists. And this is I Just Want to Live. I Want to Live. Okay, I want to live. Now, they were trying to sell this for or promote some kind of feed the world type of thing, or a hunger project in San Francisco. I don't think it went over very well. There wasn't a lot of support. Good album though. It's really, really good. 1977, I think this one came out. If you get a chance, John Denver. And it's typical John Denver-esque. His voice, you can tell it 1,000 miles away. I'm still not done. She still got me more. Now, she got me all those. Oh, yeah. Lady of rock and roll. First lady of rock and roll, of blues, Janis Joplin. Got them old cosmic blues, baby. Again, Mama's, I think that's how it's called. Got them cosmic blues. Let me get it right this time. Okay, there you go. On the Columbia. That was her first studio album after she left Big Brother and the Holding Company. It was the only album released in her lifetime. Can you dig it? That was the only album released in her lifetime. Now, you're saying, well, what about Pearl? Pearl was released after her death, if I'm not mistaken. But Janis Joplin. One last one. Huh? The Doobie Brothers. Huh? The Doobies. The name of this is Minute by Minute. You notice? Isn't it clever? I have no idea why they would put a burning newspaper on their inner sleeve. It just makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. Oh, I know what that is. That must be a burning log out of a fireplace for some reason, I think. Warner Brothers. A lot of good songs on there. How Do the Fools Survive? Well, Minute by Minute. The Doobie Brothers. And she got me that for a birthday gift. But the biggest one was from the whole family. Oh, that was from the whole family. I'll let somebody else answer that. Yes, this is the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. Out in the Garden, I believe it's called. Beautiful, beautiful. I was going to do an unboxing of this, but I couldn't wait. I opened up and played it. It's beautiful. You have a book. By the way, it came in different ways. You could have got a 3-album set with the main shows, or the 5-album set with some more things going on, the conversations and so on. Or you could have got the 10 CD set with everything. My family opted for the 5. I thought that wasn't bad. I was thankful to get anything. Okay, you get a little book here. I think Dylan did this from, Spin Me Records. I think that's what his channel's called. But he's the one that turned me on to this, I believe. Very nice packaging. There's 5 albums. Each one has a different cover. I'm not going to open them all up to you because I'm already at 20 minutes. Okay, back. Maybe someday I'll do a whole righteous way of doing this. There you go. Started listening to it. Oh man, just so many memories. I dated a girl way back in the day who bought the first Woodstock album, Gatefold, back in 71, 72, something like that. And love that album. But very treasured possession. Great box. But that's it. A little over 21 minutes. I tried not to hold it. I try to hold it. But you know me. Talk too much teacher stuff. But that's it. Fort Pitt. So, this is Tony P. signing off. I hope you are all safe. Pray for the people in Louisiana who were devastated by the hurricane. Keep them in your hearts and in your prayers. Think about them. Peace, love, rock and roll. Tony P. from the basement. The thundering has stopped. God bless you. Stay out of trouble. I apologize to Dylan. His channel is The Record Spinner. I made a faux pas. I can't edit because I don't know how to edit. I apologize. Mea culpa, mea culpa, mea culpa. It's The Record Spinner. Dylan. Go to his channel. I will link it. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize 1,000 times.